Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, we visited to the Pollyant Trail, then we say goodbye to Vendetti's Pizza in Oxford, then we visit with the Evergreen's Coffee Shop, and finally, we visit with Sullivans Irish Pub, all today at our Community Access. Welcome back. We found a great Girl Scout trying to get her badge by putting owl boxes on the Pollyant Trail. With the story is our new reporter, Rachel Fromwiller.
Well, I started Girl Scouts when I was in elementary school, and I've been doing it ever since then. And my mom is actually the troop leader for my group, and she's been my troop leader ever since elementary school. And it's been really nice. And I just enjoy it so much because I can do and like have the opportunity to do so many new things, and it really pushes me out my box, and I get to meet a ton of new people, and it's just something I can look forward to sometimes. So.
Recently, along with her dad's help, Deanna installed 3 owl boxes along the Pollyant Trail.
Well, I've always had interest in animals, and I always have been interested in them, and if I can, always wanted to help them. And I was doing research for the project, and I was looking if any animals were in need or in trouble, and I came across the barn owl, which was endangered due to the loss of habitat and rodent poison. So I decided to kind of focus on them, and that was the first thing at first, but then we were kind of doing even more research and saw that it's been a couple years since the last sighting of the barn owl, so it wasn't going to be a for sure thing that we'd be able to see one. So I decided to then focus on another owl called the barred owl. They're a really similar name, but they are completely different because one is totally flourishing on our economy, and then the other one is just endangered and not, like, no one sees them anymore. So I decided to put the two together so people have a chance of actually seeing the owl, and who knows, hopefully I'm really wanting for a barn owl to come so people can experience that and see that. So yeah.
With her mom's help, Deanna designed an interactive sign to assist trail visitors in learning about our feathered neighbors.
Yeah, so my mom helped me design it, and it just has more information about the owls and kind of what they're all about. And then the 2 QR codes, one is for a survey so they can give me feedback on how they thought I did on the project and if they saw any owls or anything. And then the other one is a video that I made for even more information about the owls. So they can also scan that QR code and get more information from that way too. Yeah, this is like the last project I do for Girl Scouts. Since after this I'm done, but I'm definitely hoping for it to last a while, and I'm hoping that the owl boxes will stay up and stay good and sturdy, and I'm definitely just hoping for a long-term thing so people can experience that and the signs stay up for long so they can get all that information and just to bring awareness for them. I would just like to thank Linda Moran and Lori McAbee and the Pollyant Trail manager Linda, and then the Oxford Police. They all helped me so much, and my dad as well, with the can drive to earn the money for this project and kind of just helping out to set everything up and to build everything. So big thanks to all of them.
Well, now we have some happy owls at the trail. Next up, say goodbye to Dino from Vendetti's Pizza. With that story is our reporter Terry Stile. Terry?
In a Facebook post, Dino Vendetti says the time has finally and tearfully come. We will be closing our doors in Oxford. So we caught up with Dino to see what comes next for the Vendettis.
Yeah, COVID actually with pizza shops was beneficial in a lot of places because a lot of non-sit down, but then all the people I knew that had pizza shops were doing really good, but we were not because of the road. It was just, it was terrible for a whole year. It was so bad because, in other, like Macomb County and all that, they got the mile roads and everything. It's just one main artery here, and everybody was avoiding it like the plague, so it was sort of tough. And then you try to deliver, and my delivery guys got to go a mile or two down the road, and they were gone 40 minutes, and it just was really bad. But that was, everything, we passed up a lot of opportunities to do stuff with our product, that Spanky sandwich primarily, and so we're still doing that at like a warehouse that we've been for a few years now, and we've got a few opportunities to maybe expand on that and try to get it into different markets. And the problem that we're running into is we have to be here all the time, and we can't be there. And so I don't want that chance of maybe something like on a wholesale level, bigger and better, maybe, who knows. And then also food truck possibility has presented itself. And if I stay here and keep going, then I basically can't do any of that. So, I don't want to say I wish I would have a few years from now, which happens all the time, right? So I think we're going to take the opportunity to try doing that, and it's, a lot of people are a little upset, but, we're doing good here, but it's just you can't pass up. Sometimes something is there, and you got to take one road or the other. And so we're going to try to do the wholesale thing and maybe do a few things still back there and possibly up here again down the road. But right now, we just got to make that decision, and we've had an opportunity. We have a gentleman that wants to place and go forward with it with a different name, and he's got his own pizza and stuff like that. So yeah, the Spankies in your way, there's a lot of commotion on the internet. And so, he maybe expressed a possibility of maybe carrying the Spanky sandwich here. And if not, we're still going to be doing the Spankies in different areas and possibly still up here. But right now, there's no other place that we're going to right now other than our warehouse and doing manufacturing, and trying to take it to, like grocery stores and stuff like that. We've had a few opportunities to do that, and it might not, really develop for a little while, but that's where we're leaning toward right now. So, and that's the reason that we're sort of, getting out. I hate to, because I just love the community so much, and just, with the road being redone and north of here developing, and geez, I wish I was younger, and because it just, I love the people here. I love the town, and just, my sister lived up in the apartments above for quite a few years, and so, we'd like to think that we were part of the community for these 12 years or something. So, but we really love it. You don't know. Yeah, it's a hard decision because you really do not, you don't want to leave, and it's going to be tough. So, anyway. Oh yeah, Oxford, I'm going to miss you. Oxford, just thinking back on some of the stuff was a couple of the years, the first handful of years with the tree lighting ceremonies and people walking around, is all lit up, and that was always a nice memory. I like that, and just, back before COVID, when we could have the place open for sit down, and it was just a casual, cozy sit down, but we always packed them in for lunches, and that was nice. And unfortunately, not being able to do that's sort of not good, but that I miss that, because the people, having curbside and delivery, I have, drivers and stuff like that, but I don't see the people, so it's sort of tough because I'm inside all the time. Yeah, so that was, for me, it was like, I miss that, so it's, and like with anything, not just, the food industry and everything, it's, it's always a people thing with every endeavor in life is, it comes down to people, so yeah, I'll miss that most, for sure. that's, I'm gonna, he wants me, if I can, to help him out on time to time. So I think maybe toward the weekends or something, if he's gets going and he's really busy, maybe you'll see my mug back here, So, but other than that, I'll visit for sure. I developed some friendships here, some of the people with, the Sullivans over here, the pub and everything, and people around the community. I have friends that live out this way, so, try not to be a stranger, right?
We're going to miss you back.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Vendetti's was one, if not the best pizzas in Oxford, and one of the good friends. From Vendetti's to a good store, Evergreen's coffee shop. Again, it's Terry.
How are you doing now that things have lifted for COVID?
We're doing much better now that things have lifted for COVID. I feel that the community is not nearly as scared as they were. People have realized that we did move locations, so they're very excited about seeing our new location, and being downtown Oxford's been great.
What did you do to survive, to keep open and keep your employees?
Just communicating. Me and my staff communicated every day, making sure no one was sick, making sure everyone was up to date on the new cleaning policies, etc. And really just communicating with the community on Facebook, etc., to let them know we were open, that we had limited hours, we were doing curbside pickup. That way they knew where we were at with everything.
How did the community receive that? Did they call you and come in, or how did that go?
The community's been great. They've always welcomed Evergreens with open arms, and so it's been absolutely wonderful, and they have bent to new rules and new things that we had to do all along the way.
And so how has it been moving over here? How did that affect your business and your traffic flow?
Well, we had to close, obviously, while we remodeled the place, so I guess no better time to remodel and be closed than when you have to be anyway. But it worked out really well. I mean, being downtown, the traffic is so much better, and it's been fabulous. We were closed, I believe, for about 6 weeks while we did a remodel, and it was before all the lumber prices went up, so that was good too.
And so what was the hardest part about getting through this entire COVID thing?
Day to day. You want to try and plan for next week, you want to try and plan for next month, you can't. You can't even plan for the next hour. Nobody knew really where we were headed with this or what we were going to do. I'm previously from the medical field, so I was torn whether to go back, etc. So it's been a learning experience, but I think that's been the hardest part, is having to live minute by minute versus planning ahead.
And so what are you looking at going forward?
Well, to tell you in on a little secret, we do provide bagel bombs for other coffee shops at this time. We're in Farmington Hills, we're in Utica, we are in a couple other cities. I can't really think of who they are right offhand. But we are working on our product line, and we should be in grocery stores soon. Give us a year. But we're working on it right now, and we're all very excited about the production of getting that involved in a bigger capacity.
I'm excited for you. That gave me the chills. So you do a lot of volunteer type work for this community. You give back to the community. What makes you do that?
I've got 2 kids that are in the school system. The school's always been so good to me. My heart is in giving. As I said, I was a nurse previous to doing the coffee shop thing. I have hired nothing but giving people, warm and welcoming. And so why not? I mean, that's, especially in a pandemic, that's what we need to do, is take care of each other.
And what do you want to say to the community?
Thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for letting us survive. It just means so much to me, my family, and to everyone that works here.
Now that's a good coffee shop. Next up, Terry visit with the recognized, if not the best Irish pub in Michigan, Sullivans in Oxford. Terry.
Hi, my name is Jerry. I'm co-owner of Sullivans Public House in 23 North Washington, downtown Oxford. I moved to America actually in 2000 from Ireland. My parents owned pubs in Ireland, so I moved to New York where I met a woman from Lake Orion. Fast forward, after I met her, 16 years, we're in the beautiful town of Oxford. and we live in Lake Orion. So that people always ask me, how did you end up in Oxford? That's the synopsis of how I came to be here. We bought the building in 2013. We opened it up June 26, 2014. Since then, we've won wonderful accolades, Best Irish Restaurant in Michigan by Travel and Leisure Magazine, Delish, BuzzFeed, Yelp, all those wonderful, reputable media outlets. So we've been blessed with an amazing community and amazing colleagues. We've really been given the opportunity to shine and do what we do best, and we're loving it. So 7 years in, and we hope to be here for 27 more. But yeah, so we serve farm to table cuisine. A lot of recipes come from my family. Bangers and mash. A sausage homemade, all our desserts homemade, dressings, soups, all that stuff. So we're blessed to be here, and yeah, we love what we do. So this past year, it's been an interesting one to say the least. Under this mask, I am smiling. I guess I can smile now, which is really a credit to the community and my family and friends and everyone who's really been an amazing support system for Sullivans and our colleagues, and really gave us a fighting chance. So the past year has been not only because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also the road construction going on as well simultaneously. It's been an interesting one. I feel like as a management team, we made the right decisions at the right time. We've been steadfast in our approach and our systems that we have put in place in order to make our guests and our colleagues feel safe and welcome, but also do that wonderful dance of Irish hospitality at the same time. So yes, we're only as successful as our weakest link, and I think all our links are very solid. Our employees, our colleagues as I call them, have been fantastic. We have some colleagues that have been here since the very beginning, and they're still here. And it's really an amazing team. We treat it as a team, and we were able to keep everyone that wanted to work. There was no one ever signing anything, forcing them to work or anything like that. It's really, if you want to continue to work, you were more than wanted, more than embraced. So, but yes, we were able to keep everyone, thankfully, and we're continuing. We're actually growing right now in our colleague base, so which is fantastic. I know a lot of restaurants out there are having difficulties sourcing people. If I could give any piece of advice in regards to that, is always lead with the strongest foot in your values. And for us, thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues finding any new help, assistants, workers, qualified. So that's been thankfully a blessing. So again, from the start, it was making sure they knew we were doing the right thing, observing the CDC guidelines, cleaning like crazy. It was the right thing to do. They felt safe, and I think that's why we were able to retain everyone and keep their respect. Now we are currently at 50% occupancy due to the state's guidelines, or not guidelines, state mandates, I guess. So we've been steadfast, as I said, in our approach to everything like that. We've followed them from the beginning. We're very excited, to put it mildly, about getting back open to 100% occupancy. As I said, from the beginning, we made the correct decisions in order to ensure our longevity as a business and as a neighbor in the downtown Oxford area. So we've gone from open 7 days a week to Tuesday through Saturday right now, but once we get up to 100% occupancy, we will be back to regular business hours. We're excited. We had an amazing Easter Sunday brunch. We have an amazing Mother's Day brunch planned for this Sunday. We have a lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline. New menu items, like I brought this little jar of Nutella for everyone to see. So we've got new menus, new desserts, new menu items coming onto the menu, new cocktails. The beautiful patio is going to be nothing that anyone's seen before at Sullivans, so we're excited for that. And I believe we have our new beer still doing amazing with Austin Brothers Beer Company out of Alpena. That's for sale in some stores in the area. So come on down to Sullivans. You'll be greeted with Irish hospitality and open arms. Thank you, and see you soon.
Good job. Next up, remember Bullz boxing at the Legacy? Well, it's our reporter Alexis Ware found him in Lake Orion. Alexis?
Even though Bull is no longer the owner of Bullz Boxing, he's still impacting people's lives in a healthy way.
And to me, I felt it was very essential to exercise and build up your immune system. But now what we're doing with this Mediterranean diet, the food, it kind of goes hand in hand. So we're serving people. I believe we're serving people good, healthy food. So I still feel I'm doing something to help further the kingdom. That's my goal.
The decision to stop Bullz Boxing didn't come easy.
It was kind of sad, you know, because I still get calls to this day. Bull, you're bringing it back? Bull, you're bringing it back? I'm like, I can't even say no, because my heart just says, man, because for some reason, I guess I made a big difference in their lives. And I was told by a bunch of people how much I helped their kids and just with the boxing thing. But the Parkinson's, that Rock Steady program was like the closest to my heart because these guys really needed it.
That was ultimately the deciding factor for Bull.
When COVID first kind of hit, like I'm going to say last year in April, and at first we'd watch the news and hear about this and that, but then it just got real. Yeah. And we had people that had Parkinson's doing that Rock Steady program, so they all have underlying conditions, and I don't want to take a chance with any of them getting sick. Although we did lose a fighter to it, unfortunately, and not from our place, but he with his condition, and it was go around like the flu, you know. And who knew back then? We didn't know much about this thing, you know. Just heard COVID-19, and here we are today. We kind of just let it go for a little bit, and they said in 2 weeks to kind of curve to, you know, and it kept going on, and people stopped showing up too. They were scared. Heck, I was scared too watching TV. I was at home sitting there all kind of depressed, like going, man, what's going on? I think everyone kind of felt very unsure, you know. There's nothing is scarier than not knowing what's going on. But again, just I was rolling with the punches, you know.
The punches put a wrench in his original plans for the restaurant.
What we had, our plans were to open up a pita way right next door to the boxing gym at the old remember but it was right next door to the Yo Club. We were going to take over the Yo Club, and that was right next to my boxing gym, and we were like on our verge of doing really well, and I'd be able to manage both businesses, get my boxing in, bam, and then be able to do this thing here. So, but God had other plans though, and you know, His plans kind of trumped mine. It was just the way the waves were, you know, hitting us, and we, you know, had to make that move. And believe me, I think about it all the time, like how it would have been if I'd have had the gym and the program, because our program was growing. But at the same time, sometimes, like I've said this before, the only thing permanent in life is change. It's permanent. It's always going to be a change.
The change was a positive one.
I love to serve people. I realize I love to serve, make them happy, and give them good food, and helping them out with this Mediterranean, if you want to call it the Mediterranean diet, but it's good stuff for you. It's the alternative of fast foods. You know, this is a fast casual Mediterranean restaurant where you come in and out, and we got you taken care of. Where you know, it's a very unique concept. I love it. It's just like the Petaway family is amazing. I'm not just saying that. They're just every store. They're all like family. It's like, you know, Petaway loves you. You know, it's just nothing but love. It's cool. It's actually probably the best thing I probably ever did as far as joining this family, the Petaway family, that is. Both these guys, I mean, like I said, I'm not bragging about, but the whole Petaway family, they're awesome. I love them all, I really do. And like I said, Petaway's like something I would never have thought, but it's been a major blessing in my life.
Bull's love for the business and his coworkers isn't one-sided.
Oh, the reason I got a job here is because I was a customer here. And the thing is that was amazing is we opened at 11, and I thought we opened at 10:30 for months, because I was come here at 10:40, and Bull never had a problem with it. He was always like, well, come on in, I'll help you out. And me and Bull clicked right away.
I met Bull I want to say it was like 8 months ago maybe. He showed up to a team leader meeting, and he was ball energy, and I was like, who's this guy? And one of the other team leaders was like, yeah, that's Bull. He's moving into Lake Orion. You should go meet him. He's awesome. And he definitely didn't not live up to the expectations. The guy's a ball of sunshine, and just having him around more than anything, he's a good person. You can just tell talking to him. So.
First experience in this place, let me tell you, the customer service here was amazing. Hands down. It had me and my family laughing, having a good time, smiling. Everybody's smiling, very helpful, giving us tips on how I should make my sandwich, which worked out amazing. I haven't had anything like it. For the nice, light, healthy lunch, I couldn't speak any more highly of a place.
When it comes to the current Bullz boxing brand, it's under a similar but different name.
A young man named Jason Warner, who was my student there at the gym, he's like, he wanted to keep my legacy alive, which I was like, it was kind of cool, you know, but it wasn't me. But I said, look, I sold him some of my equipment. He's like, can I call it Bullz Boxing Club? I'm like, that'd be very misleading, but Bullz Boxing Academy, it's different. He's changed the logo a little bit, and he's trying, and I wanted to make sure he had a little head start by letting him use that whole Bullz Boxing, you know, just to help him out, because I wanted to be like a father would to a son. Yeah, because he doesn't have a father. He lost his father at a young age. So I wanted to kind of really help him out that way. That really touched me. I was like, I'm going to let this kid, let's see if I can build him up a little bit.
The new brand is referred to as Bullz Boxing Academy, and although Bull is no longer a coach, he still plans to be involved in the boxing world.
I felt I had a little something still left, but not as a coach, you know, more like not an exhibition match, but a real boxing match. My wife says to me, only if you get someone that's your age. I'm like, that wouldn't be fair, because I might be 56, but I'm telling you, I'm more like 26. And we'll find out, but I want it to be a real fight, not an exhibition, because people that know me like have seen some exhibitions, and with an exhibition I'm just kind of playing around. I want to be able to really just give it a go, because I've not been hurt. I'm like a 64 model car with low miles, rebuilt engine, posi traction, I'm ready to go. But as you can tell, my energy's a little bit low, but I feel like I got something left.
He says this time is going to be a real fight instead of an exhibition.
If I made a comeback just for one fight, as I tell my wife, but I didn't tell her it's just one fight at a time, because I'd like to do it at the Legacy Center possibly. It's a real, like a reunion, you know, and just a one-shot deal, see what happens. And at the same time, then I can introduce my heavyweight. I just want to be a co-main event, no big deal, or undercard would be fine too. It doesn't matter, it ain't about me. I just want to help to build him up. Yeah. I think we'd have a lot of people there, because there's a lot of people that I know that tell me to this day, like, Bull, we want to see you fight. And I'll be honest, win, lose, or draw, it would be a very exciting fight, because I think what I bring to the table is just something a little bit different. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time now, and it's been about 30 years.
Bull may be retired from boxing in the teaching way, but he still has plans for more. Reporting in Lake Orion, Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
At Peterway, our food and service is a knockout like a 1-2 punch. Pop, pop!
Well, there you go. Well, that's all the time for this week. So for all of our reporters, Rachel Farnwiller and Terry Stiles and Alexis Ware, and our editors and our technical director, Dan Zweiss, I'm Bill Service. We hope to see you again on Our Community Access.
Have you liked us on Facebook yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Just go to your Facebook page, go to the search bar, and type in Oxford Community Television.